Shannon, when did you decide to build the team? When did
Ooh.
that come into play?
So I decided that I'd been on a one really bad team, technically, and didn't ever want to have a team. And then I did. So I'm like, really? So I kind of hit a wall. So like, I can't do more than like 10 transactions at a time. It's really difficult to give everyone your full attention. And they're like, okay, well, I just kind of need someone. So I reached out to Dennis Schwartz. I'm like, why is that name escaping me? So I reached out to Dennis Schwartz. He was teaching at Columbus State. He had taught some classes for me at Columbus State and at Hondros back in '95. He taught my finance class and remembered me in '06, which was really freaky. But reached out to him and asked him, who he would call. He gave me 2 names, and I called both of them, and the one that called me back was Aaron Singerman. So the deal was that, Aaron would work with me as an employee, taking care of all the stuff I didn't want to do, that I wanted to have more time to focus on the customer for, and that, he could follow me around. He just couldn't speak because I was afraid of getting in trouble. And that he would be with me for 6 months before he got licensed, and then he'd go on his own. I think he went on his own for maybe a couple of weeks or a month, and then was like, okay, I'm back. So then we were a team for several years after that. So
What year was that?
Little brother. So he started with me in 2014. He was licensed in 2015.
Yeah.
So.
And that's another thing too, right? Like, as a new agent, I always tell people, whether it's if you're on a team or not on a team, within your own brokerage or outside of your brokerage, there are people that need your help, and that they would switch mentorship for you to go and drop signs, or you to go and put lock boxes on, or you to go and clean up a CRM, or whatever the case is, right? And the one thing I try to explain to a lot of agents getting into the business is you need to be doing real estate agent activities daily.
Yeah.
And you volunteering your time to someone like yourself or someone like to me is a huge value add to take some of those things off of our plates. And in return, we're going to pour into you and show you exactly what you need to be doing. And that's just another example. And Aaron now, is running Keep Realty here in Columbus, and, on to bigger and better things. And
he was salty for a while, but
but again, going back to
it was like losing my kid brother. That's why. Like, I was just kind of devastated more about how I found out, and it was more of a blow to me personally than professionally, because he was with me for over 3 years, and there were days when we would talk for hours on the phone, and we went through my mom dying and his dad passing away, and we were both there for the other one. And there'd be times when, I'm talking on the phone with him all the way when he drives back to Cincinnati, or when I drive up to my hometown, and you just sort of, you feel like you're losing that. So that for me was what I was upset about. He's
and the one thing too, and like, I think as leaders, we all go through that, right? Like, you pour into, someone on your team, and I would say the majority of teams typically act like a family, right? You get close, right? And some agents really lean into that, and some agents distance themselves from that on a team. And, there's no right or wrong there, but, this is something that I had to learn over the years, and, really turn it into, this is a graduation and not a divorce. And, that has helped me.
I've learned.
Well, I think we all have.
He was my first, so
yeah.
And I babied him.
Aaron, we'll edit that part out.
Oh, trust me, he won't deny it either. So he would never deny that.
So did when you created the team, was it still in alignment with the new construction space? Is that kind of how you focused team growth and all of those things?
That's how I got him started. So that's how I got him started with stable income. So for me, like, I knew the biggest challenge getting someone new into the business was getting them their first sale. So for me, the deal was, I told him, okay, you need to be at this condo community so many days a week, and, you need to sit there, look pretty, and, give them the information they need. I'll make the sale, and then we'll split the commission. And that's what we did. And that really helped give him income so that he could get out of what he was doing at the time and dedicate himself full time to real estate, because that's kind of what you need. And I, was very glad I could do that. And that's what I try to do with all my agents, is at least get them going. Like if I get a lead and it's like, okay, I think that they could work this lead very well, then I'll hand it off to them. I'm still going to make something on it, but I want them to learn and, help them through that process. So I'm just glad when I have the opportunity to do that.